Hey guys, welcome back to Factory Friday. I'm Catherine Pelletier with Bill Lake Modular Homes, and today we're diving into one of the most important components of any home. That's the windows. Specifically, we're going to talk about the KasKel windows that you'll find throughout our factory built homes. What makes them a great choice, the features that come standard, and how we can customize them to fit your vision and any requirements from your HOA, APA, or other governing body. So let's get into it.
Hi, my name's Steve. Today we're talking about windows and how they go in after the framing is all done in that. So to start off, the windows are framed in the walls, rough framing. And then after that, when they come up to me, this Tyvek, or we use 1-inch Armax, depending on the customer, what the customer wants. But yet this one is covered with Tyvek. We go across the whole house with it. So when it gets to me, the window is covered with Tyvek. Then after that, I will go ahead and slice across the top, across the bottom, and up the middle. Fold the Tyvek in, and then staple it along here so that it makes it a weather-tight installation, and then staple it up and down through. Then after that, I go ahead and right here, we have the flex wrap. Underneath is a 3/16 by 1/4 inch piece of wood that we run across here. We call it the dam material. And then after that, we go ahead and run the flex wrap over top of it, about 5-6 inches up on each side. Then after we get that done, the bottom part is all sealed as far as not letting water come back in underneath the window. So then after we get to that part, then comes the installation of the window. We bring the windows over, set them here. We go ahead and caulk up around 3 sides of the window. And then when we apply the caulk to the window, we pick the window up, put it in, and then on each side of the sill, on each side, we go ahead and put a 1.5 by 1.5 square block, 1/2 inch. Because to frame these windows in, we allow, like say this is a 3960 window, we go ahead and allow inch on each side to allow 1/2 inch so that we can go ahead and put the foam on the inside of the window. So the window will sit up on 1/2 inch blocks on each side of the end. The guy will be on the inside, I'll be on the outside. He'll go ahead and square the window up. I'll nail the bottom of the window, and then he'll square the top of the window. Then I'll go up on a ladder, and once he's got it square and the reveal on the inside looks good, I'll go ahead and put 2 nails in the top of the window. Then afterwards, of course, we'll go ahead and nail the window off. Then when we get done with the nailing of the window, then we have a 4-inch window tape because the nails are exposed to the weather. So we have a 4-inch window tape that we run all the way around the window so that it covers up those nails, and then that gives you the weather tightness on the other 3 sides of the window. Then after that comes siding.
At Bill Lake Modular Homes, we work primarily with Kasson Keller, a local window manufacturer whose products that you'll actually see throughout the build process. We love working with them because of their quality, their consistency, and also the fact that they're right here in our own backyard. That said, we're not a one-size-fits-all operation. We also work with Andersen and other trusted window brands. So if you have a specific preference, or maybe it's a specific requirement, we can absolutely accommodate that conversation. Now, let me walk you through what's standard in our KasKel windows, because there's a lot to love here. First, energy efficiency. These windows are a low E glass, which means low emissivity, which means there's actually a special coating in the glass that reflects heat while still letting in natural light. This keeps your home cooler in the summer and warmer in the winter, and it actually helps protect your furniture and your floors from UV damage. There's also argon gas filled between the panes. Argon is a dense, inert gas that acts as an additional layer of insulation, far better than just air. So combined with the low E coating, you're getting a window that's genuinely built for energy performance. Next, the style. These windows are double hung windows, which means the upper and the lower sash is open. Let me show you. This gives you great airflow flexibility. You can open the top, the bottom, or both. and they're very easy to clean from the inside of the home, which is a big plus, especially in a 2-story builds. Now let's talk about security and safety, because those are the things that really matter to every homeowner. Our KasKel windows come with a locking mechanism built right into the sash, a standard window lock that actually secures the window when it's closed. But I really want to highlight the safety lock for the kids, as you can see here and there. This is a secondary lock that limits how far the window can open. So if you have little ones at home, you can still enjoy fresh air and ventilation without worrying about an open window becoming a safety hazard. It's a simple feature that makes a real difference for families.
Hi, it's Mark again. Steve has installed the window, and I came by a little while ago, and once it's installed, I foam all the way around, all 4 sides. And that is 1, so you don't have air leakage around the windows, and 2, vinyl moves with heat and cold. And this just gives it a little bit of room to move and flex with the changes in weather and hot summer sun and cold winter days. Once the foam is in and trimmed, I use these little blocks under the sill so that your sill does not flex. It just sits solid on the blocks. You can lean right on it and it won't move. Once that's in there, I have these frames where the casing, colonial casing on this one, it's already installed onto the jamb. And I got to give a shout out to the other guys. They build these for me. And for the windows, I'm really just an installer of parts that other people made for me to install. But these jambs, they're all screwed together, so the trim will not open up in time. The casing is also screwed together up top and on the bottom. And it goes in, just sits right on those blocks. I made this up so I can get the same reveal here on the side and the top, just for ease of my own work. In here, you can see the jamb does not fully come to the window, and that's for that movement I was talking about before. But since we're going jambs to stay I'll put nails in each side. And then the last thing, before switching nail guns, this is called an apron. It goes on the bottom, under the sill, and it's cut to the same length as the width of this casing. So I just line it up, the end of this casing with the end of the apron. I make sure they come to the window. In the window a little before putting it in, because you can see it flexes up. This way, that way it doesn't hit on this lip when I install it. But that's it.
And here's where it gets really fun. We can work with you on window sizing and style to make sure that the windows in your home fit your design, your floor plan, as well as any requirements that you need to meet. Whether that's a specific window size for egress compliance, a different grid pattern, or a particular window type in a given room, we can talk through those options. We can also customize the window trim colors. This is something that comes up a lot, especially for homeowners and communities governed by an HOA, an APA, or other architectural review boards. Sometimes they need to be a green or brown window to blend into their natural surroundings. And sometimes you may just prefer something a little bit more unique or a modern farmhouse style in which we can accommodate black windows, which gives a real sharp appearance. And it's something that a lot of homeowners love to add as an option. If your community has specific requirements around exterior coat or trim, we want to help you get it right the first time. We'll work with you to make sure the exterior profile of your home fits within those guidelines and still looks exactly the way that you want it to. Thanks for joining us for another Factory Friday, guys. So there you have it, a look at the KasKel windows that we use here at Bill Lake Modular Homes. Low E, argon gas filled, double hung with locking mechanisms, and a child safety lock with plenty of room to customize for your needs. If you have any questions about our windows or anything else about the build process, drop them in the comments below. We read every one of them, and your questions often become future Factory Friday videos. So thank you again so much for watching, and we'll see you next Friday.